Previously on the adventures of Sylvester and Sarah. We're gonna sneak attack him. I'm gonna shoot the first one and the second one, and then signal to Sarah to shoot the third one.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Pew pew pew.
Cool, let's see what loot they have.
You find that they really don't have anything of significance, really. Just a few daggers, some food. Oh, between them they only have 5 gold. It's probably why they're hiding down here. Too bad you couldn't ask them. After several minutes of looting the corpses and seeing what's other around in the campfire area, Sylvester, with your passive 20, you start to hear footsteps. You're not sure where they're coming from, but they're getting closer. Can I do a perception check to, or maybe an investigation check to try to determine the direction, maybe? Can I do that? Give me a roll. That's a 19. You can tell that they're coming from the way you came from, almost. You can't tell if they're coming from the left or the right. They're getting louder. You can now tell that they're coming from your left. Sarah, with your passive 15, you can now hear the footsteps too. Both of you can hear the footsteps as they approach around the bend. Since I can see them now, I chirp to Sylvester.
Look out!
Sylvester just shakes his head, seeing them there, ruined its surprise. And Sylvester says to Sarah, "Take cover. I'm gonna hide behind the thing."
Yeah, me too.
As they turn around the bend, they can clearly see you there, Sylvester, and having see you there, this guy runs a little bit further and throws his knife at you. Since you have half cover, you have +2 to your AC, which I believe is now an 18. Yeah, that misses. It sticks in the wood right there, giggity. Roll for initiative.
I'm Yanis Young, you are, and in this Sophomoric Guide, we're going to go over actual combat, not just a surprise round. So as you just saw, he tried to get the surprise on me, on Sylvester, and he missed. So actually, we are in the roll initiative stage, as you just heard. We're going to take our turns. I said that Sylvester had cover, and thus he had a +2 because he had half cover. What that means is that, well, that's this, and then there's 3/4 cover, or 3/4 cover if you prefer. The idea is you pick the corner that is closest to the enemy, and then you draw 4 imaginary lines to connect this square to one of the squares that the enemy is on, and if there's any lines that are blocked, it would then be considered half cover. So in this case, you can see that this one line is blocked, therefore he has half cover, because this line you can clearly see, that line you can see, and that line you can see. Conversely, 3/4 cover, you draw those lines, you have those 3 lines going through this obstacle right here, and this 4th line picks this block because this is the part that you can only see of him. That's how that would work. So now that it's time for combat, we should know that there is 3 basic things to know in combat. You need to know your actions, your bonus actions, if any, and your reaction if necessary. In this case, Sylvester has an action of a dagger, a longbow, and a net. It's not equipped, or he can punch people. Pretty simple, right? He can make these actions in combat. For example, he can attack, which would be these. He can cast a spell because he's a half caster. He can dash, which is doubling your speed. He can disengage. It really wouldn't be appropriate in this sense. He can dodge, which would give any attack against him with disadvantage, including the extra cover in this case. And then he can use other things too. For example, we can go into stat contest, which would be the hide action, and then we will go into actions that are essentially stat contests, and that would be grapple, hide, shove, and occasionally using an object, but that's a rare case. Also, using the help action can give people advantage on their attack, or ability checks, or spells, depending on how you want to play it. Search. That's another contest.
Alright, Sylvester, you go first.
Alright, I want to make a performance check for the DM to put on some combat music.
Fine, I'll allow it. Janice, you know what to do.
I would like to shoot my 3 arrows, 2 at this guy and 1 at that guy.
Go ahead.
Does a 23, an 18, and a 34 hit?
Yeah, obviously they hit. What are you thinking, man?
17 damage to this guy, so that's 17 damage to this guy, and that is 10 damage to the other guy.
Alright, it's your turn, Sarah.
Alrighty, sweet. Well, I'm going to move right here, and then I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow. For a does a 17 hit?
Of course it hits.
And that's 10 damage. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action. I'm gonna hide right here. That's a 23 to hide.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're hidden. You're hidden from this guy, obviously, and this guy right here. This guy maybe might see you. He knows you're there, he just doesn't know where you're at. Alright, so this guy's gonna throw a knife. Yeah, it's 6. Does not hit. And the other one's gonna do it too. He got a 17. 17 does not hit, because you still have half cover. And this guy's gonna shoot his crossbow. And, ooh, that's a 19. 19 obviously hits. And that is... He actually did 5 damage. Alright, Sylvester, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike, and I am going to shoot off my arrow there with advantage.
Ooh, Nat 20.
Okay, so what I said was it's called a Nat 20. What that means is I rolled a 20 on the die, which makes it a critical hit. What is a critical hit? A critical hit is when you basically roll more damage. Roll damage dice twice. Now there is other variations of this that's called homebrew, and we'll get into that later.
That is, I rolled an 8 and a 7, so that is, I believe he's dead. You're right, he's dead.
And then I'm going to shoot my other arrow at this guy for a 25, and that is 13 damage. And then I'm going to use my running speed to run over here for hiding.
Sweet. No, Sarah, your turn. Alright, I'm gonna peek out here and shoot this guy with advantage because I'm hidden. I mean, obviously he knows I'm there, and, does a 16 hit? Obviously. Well, I was just asking because I want to come out of here and shoot him as a surprise. You know what, I'll allow it because you're sneaking around, you're like, peeking out. You would have to shoot him. You would have to shoot the green guy, the red one, because the red one probably would see you before you could shoot the red one. Fine, that makes sense. I'm gonna shoot with my, short bow with sneak attack damage for advantage. Ooh, the 19 hits, of course. And that is so much sneak attack damage. Yeah, that's 23 damage. Yeah, he's dead.
Alright, this guy is gonna run over here, try to run away, and he's going to try to shoot you with his crossbow. That was a 1. Bow slaps back, and because I'm being evil, it does 1 damage to him.
Sylvester, that's your turn.
Alright, here we go. Money shot. Pew pew. Does a dirty 20 and a 15 hit? Yeah, they both hit. And that's 10 plus 7 and 5. Yeah, he's dead.
Yep, he's dead. You want do.